Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the quiet collapse of Webvan, the failure of the early online grocery store. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Even the tallest towers eventually quiet down. Tonight, we gently explore the empty boardrooms and forgotten ambitions of the past. Your mind is calm, and we are ready to begin. This venture emerged in the late 1990s, fueled by the rapid expansion of the internet and the burgeoning desire for convenience. Ambitious founders envisioned a transformative grocery experience, offering delivery services that promised to eliminate the burdens of traditional shopping. This company sought to redefine the grocery landscape, establishing a model based on efficiency and customer satisfaction. Initial funding arrived in significant amounts, allowing for the development of an extensive infrastructure. Warehouses were constructed, and advanced logistical systems were integrated, all aimed at ensuring timely deliveries. The optimism surrounding this enterprise quickly drew attention, capturing the interest of both investors and consumers. Promises of fresh products delivered to doorsteps echoed through the fledgling tech community, creating an air of excitement. Despite the initial enthusiasm, operational complexities began to emerge. The ambitious expansion plans outpaced the market's readiness for such a service. Challenges in maintaining quality and managing costs surfaced, leading to an increasingly precarious situation. The rapid growth, once seen as a path to success, became a liability. As the company struggled to adapt to the realities of logistics and customer expectations, a disconnect between vision and execution became apparent. In this landscape of uncertainty, the early promise of convenience began to fade, and the once vibrant aspirations dimmed. Behind the formation of this ambitious venture stood a group of visionaries, each driven by the dream of revolutionizing the grocery industry. The founder, Louis Borders, had previously established a considerable reputation through Borders' books. This experience in retail provided him with insight into customer preferences and the complexities of logistics. Alongside him, key figures such as Derek Smith and George Shaheen played crucial roles, bringing diverse expertise from technology and management. Their collective ambition aimed to create a seamless integration of traditional grocery shopping with the burgeoning capabilities of the internet. Investment capital flowed into the initiative, driven by the belief that digital grocery shopping could reshape consumer habits. A hefty initial public offering attracted significant attention, leading to an inflated valuation that suggested an unshakable confidence in the model. Logistics centers were rapidly constructed, designed to support a vast network of delivery operations. Yet as the infrastructure grew, so did the challenges. The intricate web of supply chain management proved more complex than anticipated. Overhead costs mounted, and operational inefficiencies began to unravel the initial optimism. Company culture, once enthusiastic and united, began to fragment as pressure intensified. The founders, once heralded as pioneers, faced mounting scrutiny as their vision faltered amidst an increasingly competitive landscape. The late 1990s heralded a period of unprecedented optimism, marked by rapid technological advancements and an expansion of the internet. This environment fostered a multitude of startups, each vying for dominance in a burgeoning digital marketplace. Investment flowed freely, enabling ambitious ventures to emerge with little regard for traditional business models or sustainable practices. The allure of instant success captivated many, drawing in entrepreneurs who believed that the internet would revolutionize every aspect of daily life. Within this context, the online grocery sector appeared ripe for disruption. New companies like the Fading Entity sought to capitalize on the convenience of home delivery, promising consumers an effortless shopping experience. Yet the reality proved far more complex. Infrastructure challenges, coupled with the logistical difficulties of perishable goods, created a precarious balancing act. Consumers, initially drawn to the novelty, began to question reliability and service quality. As competitors flooded the market, price wars ensued, eroding profit margins and further complicating the sustainability of these ventures. The excitement of the dot-com boom masked the underlying vulnerabilities of many companies. It was a time of exuberance, yet the seeds of disillusionment were sown in a landscape that prioritized growth over profitability. This exuberant optimism would soon give way to a sobering reckoning. Initial funding for this venture came from a wave of enthusiastic venture capitalists eager to capitalize on the burgeoning internet market. Significant investments flowed in from notable firms, driven by the belief that the future of grocery shopping lay online. These backers provided hundreds of millions of dollars, enabling the company to establish a national infrastructure almost overnight. Warehouses were constructed in key metropolitan areas, stocked with a plethora of products, all intended to facilitate a new era of convenience. This financial backing fostered an ambitious expansion strategy. Rapid growth became a hallmark, with delivery services sweeping through numerous cities, boasting promises of same-day delivery. Marketing campaigns painted a picture of an efficient and futuristic grocery experience. However, the underlying operational complexities were often overlooked. Logistics became increasingly challenging as demand fluctuated, and maintaining inventory levels proved difficult. Amidst this backdrop, the company recruited a talented team, with executives drawn from established retail giants. These leaders brought with them a wealth of experience, but struggled to adapt traditional retail practices to the digital landscape. As expenses mounted, the initial excitement began to give way to uncertainty. The financial projections that had once seemed attainable grew distant, mirroring the company's own trajectory as it faced mounting operational hurdles and shifting market dynamics. The euphoria of early investments would soon confront the stark realities of sustainability. The online grocery concept relied on a promise of convenience and speed, aiming to transform the shopping experience. It offered consumers the ability to order groceries from the comfort of their homes, with delivery directly to their doorsteps. The model emphasized efficiency, leveraging technology to streamline operations. A sophisticated website allowed users to browse inventory, select items, and schedule deliveries. An extensive network of warehouses was established, designed to facilitate rapid order fulfillment. This region saw significant investments in logistics, aiming to create a reliable and swift service. They envisioned a future where traditional grocery stores would become obsolete, replaced by a seamless, digital-first shopping experience. The chosen strategy involved significant upfront costs, requiring a delicate balance between customer acquisition and operational expenses. The company sought to build brand loyalty through promotional discounts and incentives, attracting an eager customer base. Early metrics indicated promising growth, with increasing order volumes and expanding market reach. Challenges emerged as consumer habits proved resistant to change. The need for extensive delivery infrastructures presented logistical hurdles, and many areas faced difficulties in achieving cost-effective routes. As operational costs continued to rise, maintaining profitability became increasingly elusive. The initial optimism faded, leaving behind a fragile framework that struggled to adapt to evolving market demands. Technological innovations were once heralded as the backbone of this venture, designed to streamline operations and enhance customer experience. An extensive investment in automated warehouses aimed to revolutionize the grocery delivery model, employing cutting-edge robotics and sophisticated inventory management systems. This architecture was envisioned to create an efficient network capable of processing orders with unprecedented speed and accuracy. The implementation of online ordering platforms introduced a novel way for consumers to engage with grocery shopping, allowing for the convenience of selecting items from the comfort of home. These advancements initially garnered significant attention and interest, generating a surge of excitement within the market. Despite these advancements, the infrastructure began to reveal its limitations. High operational costs associated with maintaining and upgrading technology plagued the enterprise. The ambitious plans required continuous financial input, which increasingly became unsustainable as consumer demand fluctuated. Consequently, the technological marvels that had once promised a bright future transformed into burdens, straining resources and diverting attention from core business challenges. The once celebrated systems struggled to cope with logistics and delivery complexities, leading to delays and dissatisfied customers. This decline in service quality further eroded trust, resulting in a stark contrast between the initial vision and the eventual reality, marking a crucial turning point in the story of this fading company. Market research played a pivotal role in the early ambitions of this online grocery service. Initial studies indicated a burgeoning demographic of tech-savvy consumers eager to embrace the convenience of home delivery. This customer profile primarily consisted of urban professionals and families seeking efficient solutions to daily life challenges. Enthusiasm for the concept was palpable, with projections suggesting a significant shift in grocery shopping behaviors. As the venture evolved, attempts to refine the target demographic continued, focusing on income levels, shopping habits, and lifestyle preferences. Insights revealed a preference for organic products and premium offerings, a reflection of emerging health trends. This information guided marketing strategies and product selections, aligning with the aspirations of an affluent consumer base. Despite these efforts, a disconnect emerged between the anticipated target audience and actual consumer engagement. The initial allure of convenience diminished when faced with operational difficulties. Customers began to question the reliability of the service, and the once promising market research seemed less relevant in the face of deteriorating service. Gaps in understanding consumer needs became evident. While the company endeavored to cater to a specific elite demographic, broader market trends indicated a demand for affordability and accessibility. The misalignment. Logistics challenges emerged as a significant barrier to success in the early online grocery store model. The complexity inherent in grocery delivery operations required a delicate balance of inventory management, transportation, and customer satisfaction. This region, characterized by a sprawling network of urban and suburban landscapes, presented formidable obstacles. Grocery items possess unique demands. Perishables require swift delivery to maintain freshness, while non-perishables must be stored efficiently to reduce costs. It became apparent that the infrastructure needed to support such operations was not only intricate but also costly to implement. Distribution centers were essential, yet establishing them across diverse regions posed logistical nightmares. This fading company struggled to optimize routes and manage fleets effectively. The unpredictability of traffic patterns, coupled with fluctuating demand, exacerbated the inefficiencies of their services. Efforts to streamline these processes often fell short, leading to delayed deliveries and frustrated customers. Employees faced overwhelming workloads as they attempted to navigate the complexities of inventory. The delicate nature of grocery items added another layer of difficulty, requiring careful handling and temperature controls, which further strained resources. With mounting operational costs and dwindling customer trust, the challenges of grocery logistics became insurmountable, signaling a gradual unraveling of the once promising venture. The ambition to revolutionize grocery shopping. Early marketing strategies focused on building brand awareness through a combination of innovative campaigns and partnerships. It aimed to establish a strong identity in a nascent digital marketplace. Targeting tech-savvy consumers, advertisements highlighted the convenience of online grocery shopping, emphasizing time savings and ease of use. The messaging was crafted to resonate with a growing demographic of individuals ready to embrace the internet as a shopping tool. Promotional efforts included collaborations with media outlets and promotional offers designed to entice new customers. These initiatives often featured discounts and free delivery for first-time users, aiming to lower the barrier for entry into this untested shopping experience. Brand ambassadors, seen as authoritative voices in the realm of technology and lifestyle, were utilized to enhance credibility and allure. This approach generated initial excitement, drawing in a wave of curious shoppers eager to explore the digital grocery landscape. Despite this enthusiasm, the complexities of logistics and fulfillment began to reveal themselves. The promise of timely deliveries and fresh produce encountered challenges in execution. As the operation expanded, the cost of maintaining high service standards began to escalate. This divergence between initial marketing successes and the realities of performance. The competition in the grocery delivery space emerged as a formidable challenge. Companies such as Peapod and FreshDirect began to carve out their own niches, adapting to consumer needs with more pragmatic approaches. These rivals prioritized efficiency and reliable service over the ambitious, yet market dynamics shifted, with established grocery chains beginning to invest in their own online delivery services. This shift underscored a critical reality. Consumers favored the familiarity and trust associated with traditional retailers. Such brands effectively leveraged their existing infrastructure, allowing for smoother operations and a more streamlined delivery process. In contrast, the initial exuberance surrounding the fading company gradually waned, revealing the limitations of its model. Investments in technology and logistics became essential in this competitive landscape. Rivals optimized their supply chains with innovative solutions, thereby enhancing customer satisfaction. Deliveries became more timely and reliable, contrasting sharply with the struggles faced by the fading company. Consumer behavior reflected an evolving market, with preferences leaning towards companies that demonstrated adaptability and resilience. It became increasingly evident that while the fading company had made bold moves, other entities exhibited a more grounded understanding of market demands. This strategic misalignment. Expansion strategy dictated a rapid growth approach, emphasizing the need to capture market share quickly. This ambition led to aggressive investments in infrastructure, including warehouses and delivery systems, intended to facilitate swift service and broad geographical outreach. These efforts resulted in the establishment of numerous distribution centers in cities across the United States, enabling the company to project an image of a pioneering grocery delivery service. Despite these initial advancements, the operational realities of sustaining such expansive growth became apparent. The logistical challenges of managing an extensive network proved to be formidable. Inefficiencies in supply chains and distribution routes began to emerge, raising operational costs significantly. Each new market entry was met with the burdens of both financial investment and the complexities associated with local consumer preferences. The promise of convenience and quick delivery often clashed with the practicalities of maintaining quality control over perishable goods. As the company expanded its offerings, the inherent difficulties of managing inventory across multiple locations became evident. In pursuit of rapid growth, attention to sustainable practices and profitability diminished. The initial enthusiasm surrounding market entry faded, replaced by a stark realization of the unsustainable nature of such a hastily constructed business model. This pattern characterized the decline, as the ambitious expansion strategy drew resources away from core operational effectiveness. The first warehouse opened operations in San Francisco, marking a pivotal moment in its journey. Anticipation surrounded this facility, designed to revolutionize the way consumers accessed grocery products. With an investment of approximately $30 million, it boasted state-of-the-art technology aimed at streamlining order fulfillment and distribution processes. This ambitious venture sought to capitalize on the burgeoning internet era, where convenience was rapidly becoming paramount. Initial operations highlighted the challenges of managing logistics within a densely populated city. Delivery routes proved to be complex, requiring constant adjustments to accommodate traffic conditions and customer demands. Despite these hurdles, enthusiasm persisted, with the promise of a new shopping experience resonating with the urban population. Customers were enticed by the notion of placing orders from home, anticipating the convenience of doorstep delivery. Over time, difficulties emerged. The technology that had been heralded as a game changer began to show signs of inefficiency, leading to delays and customer dissatisfaction. The warehouse struggled to maintain adequate inventory levels, further complicating operations. While the initial excitement faded, the ramifications of mismanagement became increasingly apparent. This once promising site transformed into a symbol of the challenges faced by a company caught in the throes of rapid growth and operational inadequacies. The warehouse, once a beacon of innovation, now languished under the weight of unmet expectations. Challenges in managing perishable goods created insurmountable difficulties for operations. The need for rapid turnover of fresh items placed an immense strain on logistics. This region, once bustling with activity, became a landscape of spoiled inventory as the timing of deliveries proved unreliable. Stored fruits and vegetables, now lifeless and wasting away, reflected the systemic flaws in handling delicate products. The complexity of inventory management required precise forecasting and agile responses to market demand. Yet, the company struggled to adapt to the unpredictable nature of consumer preferences. As orders fluctuated, the need for accurate data became paramount, yet forecasting tools often failed to capture the nuances of seasonal trends. This resulted in overstocked items that perished in silent decay and understocked essentials that left customers dissatisfied and disillusioned. Warehouses designed for efficiency became burdened with excess, leading to a wasteful cycle that undermined profitability. The inability to effectively manage perishables contributed to a larger narrative of decline. Each spoiled item represented not just a loss of product, but a fracture in the trust between the company and its consumers. As months passed, the once promising venture transformed into a cautionary tale, illustrating the complexities inherent in merging technology with the age-old challenge of delivering fresh goods. Pressure to attract a customer base led to aggressive pricing strategies, often undercutting traditional grocery stores. This approach aimed to entice consumers with lower prices, creating an illusion of sustainability. Yet, maintaining these competitive rates proved untenable. Financial forecasts indicated that profit margins thinned considerably, eroding potential revenue streams. Operational costs spiraled as warehouses required advanced technology and a robust logistics framework. The need for refrigerated trucks and efficient last-mile delivery further compounded expenses. This region, once vibrant with promise, now teetered on the edge of financial instability. The allure of convenience clashed with the harsh realities of profitability. With every discounted item, the gap between revenue and expenditure widened. The company often found itself caught in a cycle of promotional offerings, unable to break free from the constraints of its pricing model. Consumer loyalty proved fleeting. Many patrons would shift their preferences to competitors offering even lower prices. These ruins of ambition stood as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between attracting customers and sustaining a business model. Revenue projections continually fell short, leading to a series of adjustments that failed to rectify the fundamental economic challenges. The web interface of Webvan was intended to be a pioneering gateway for consumers eager to embrace the convenience of online grocery shopping. Initially, it offered a sleek, user-friendly design, promising a seamless experience for those navigating the digital marketplace. The layout featured an array of categories, allowing customers to browse through fresh produce, pantry staples, and household essentials with relative ease. As technology evolved, so did the expectations of users. Despite these intentions, the practical application fell short. The loading times were inconsistent, often leaving users in a state of uncertainty as they waited for pages to refresh. Product images, although vibrant, failed to convey the true quality of the items, leading to dissatisfaction upon delivery. This inconsistency in expectation versus reality became a recurring theme in customer feedback. Moreover, the checkout process, once streamlined, began to exhibit signs of complexity as promotional offers and discounts were layered atop the fundamental purchasing flow. Many users found themselves overwhelmed, abandoning their carts in frustration. The intended convenience was overshadowed by these complications, which served to alienate a once promising customer base. This erosion of trust in the platform was indicative of a broader decline, as the allure of innovation turned into a cautionary tale of mismanagement and inadequacy in addressing user needs. A focus on customer acquisition strategies marked the early ambitions of this once promising venture. With aggressive marketing campaigns, the company sought to entice users with the convenience of home delivery. They offered promotional discounts and free trials, aiming to draw in a tech-savvy audience eager for the latest conveniences in their lives. The marketing messaging emphasized speed and reliability, positioning it as a revolutionary service in an increasingly digital marketplace. Initial growth appeared promising as the allure of novelty captured attention. The rise of the internet provided fertile ground for such an enterprise, and early adopters were intrigued by the prospect of shopping from home. This enthusiasm, however, did not translate into sustainable loyalty. Many customers soon found themselves disappointed by service inconsistencies and delivery delays. The early strategies, while appealing, failed to cultivate an enduring relationship with users. In an attempt to regain traction, efforts to expand product offerings were made. Variety was added to the inventory, with the hope that a broader selection might satisfy the diverse tastes of a growing customer base. Despite these initiatives, the fundamental issues surrounding customer experience persisted, overshadowing the initial allure of convenience. The urgency of customer acquisition slowly transformed into the stark reality of dwindling engagement, marking a pivotal moment in the company's trajectory. Delivery logistics represented a critical facet of operations, intricately woven into the fabric of Webvan's promise. The foundation of its service relied on a robust supply chain, meticulously designed to ensure timely delivery of perishable goods. An expansive network of warehouses was established, strategically positioned across key markets to facilitate swift access to customers. Resources were allocated generously to create an automated system, with technology intended to optimize inventory management and streamline the ordering process. This ambition aimed to enhance efficiency, but increasing operational costs compounded these challenges, as the logistics of maintaining temperature-controlled environments added layers of difficulty. While initial enthusiasm surrounded the seamless customer experience, the reality of scaling operations proved daunting. Inefficient routes and delivery delays emerged, tarnishing the brand's reliability. A delicate balance between supply and demand faltered, creating a ripple effect throughout the organization. Customer dissatisfaction grew as promised delivery windows expanded, undermining the very principles upon which the service was founded. The struggle to maintain an efficient supply chain became emblematic of the deeper issues at play, signaling the onset of a significant decline. The reliance on technology promised to streamline operations and optimize delivery systems. Early innovations in software were meant to enhance inventory management and order processing, yet these advancements often fell short of their potential. Complex algorithms intended to predict consumer demand frequently miscalculated, resulting in an excess of perishable goods that, in a region where consumer convenience was marketed as a cornerstone of the business model, the execution of delivery systems failed to meet expectations. The ambitious promises of same-day delivery became a source of frustration rather than satisfaction. Delays were commonplace, and customers soon became disillusioned with the service. The technological backbone that was supposed to support this venture became a liability, as software glitches and system failures disrupted operations. Investments in technology continued, yet the returns dwindled. New features introduced to enhance user experience often backfired, alienating a customer base that had once been enthusiastic. Each attempt to innovate led to further complications, leaving the organization entangled in a web of inefficiencies. The very tools designed to propel growth instead contributed to the unraveling of a once promising enterprise. The distance between aspiration and reality grew too vast to bridge, marking the beginning of an inevitable decline. Customer engagement strategies were introduced in an attempt to cultivate a loyal consumer base. The company implemented loyalty programs designed to incentivize repeat purchases, offering discounts and promotions to entice users to return. Initial responses were optimistic. Many customers expressed interest in the convenience of online grocery shopping. This approach aimed to foster a sense of community, yet the underlying challenges remained unaddressed. The reliance on a fragile logistics system. Attempts to engage customers through personalized marketing and regular communication often fell flat. The disconnect between customer expectations and actual service experiences fostered disillusionment. As recurring patrons dwindled, the initial enthusiasm surrounding the brand gave way to skepticism. In this environment of uncertainty, the loyalty programs failed to achieve their intended goals. The company found itself unable to retain customers who were increasingly drawn to competitors that offered more reliable services. In an era where consumer trust is paramount, the inability to maintain a consistent and satisfying experience. Scaling operations proved to be a formidable challenge for the early online grocery venture. A rapid expansion strategy, initially perceived as a pathway to success, soon revealed itself as a significant vulnerability. Infrastructure demands increased exponentially, stretching resources thin and compromising service quality. The need for efficient distribution centers became apparent, yet the company struggled to establish a robust logistics framework capable of meeting the high expectations set by its ambitious goals. This region, once buzzing with the promise of innovation, began to exhibit signs of strain under the weight of operational complexities. Inventory management systems, hastily implemented, failed to maintain the necessary accuracy. Shrinking profit margins became evident as costs soared, exacerbated by inefficiencies in delivery and stock handling. The initial allure of convenience faded, leaving customers dissatisfied and reluctant to return. Investments in technology and staffing escalated, but the return on these investments proved disappointing. Employees faced overwhelming workloads, leading to increased turnover and a lack of continuity in customer service. The consistency that was once a hallmark of the brand deteriorated, causing further erosion of consumer confidence. Amid these challenges, the vision of a seamless online grocery experience became increasingly elusive. The once promising enterprise found itself grappling with its own rapid growth, an unyielding reminder of the delicate balance required in scaling operations. Media coverage played a pivotal role in shaping public perception of the venture. Initially, this enterprise was lauded as a groundbreaking innovator in the grocery sector, capturing the attention of investors and consumers alike. Enthusiastic headlines heralded the dawn of a new era in shopping convenience, creating an aura of excitement surrounding the brand. This favorable portrayal fueled a sense of optimism, leading to increased investments and rapid expansion. As the operational struggles became evident, coverage shifted markedly. Reports began to highlight systemic inefficiencies and mounting financial losses. the once celebrated model began to attract scrutiny, and discontent started to seep into public consciousness. Skepticism grew as voices from the media questioned the sustainability of the ambitious business model. Analysts pointed out the high costs associated with logistics and delivery, which contradicted early promises of affordability. Such narratives contributed to a declining customer base. As consumers shifted their expectations, the disconnect between perception and reality deepened. This shift in media tone reflected an evolving sentiment, transforming the enterprise from a beacon of innovation into a cautionary tale. The coverage became a mirror, revealing not only the inner turmoil of the organization, but also the fragility of consumer trust. In this stark landscape, the company faced its ultimate fate, overshadowed by the very media that had once celebrated its inception. Shifts in consumer behavior during the 1990s played a pivotal role in shaping the grocery sector. The rise of the internet introduced new possibilities for convenience, prompting a significant transformation in shopping habits. Traditional methods, which had once dominated, began to yield to the allure of online solutions. This era saw an increasing number of households embracing digital technology, which promised efficiency and simplicity in managing grocery needs. Grocery shopping evolved from being a weekly chore to a more streamlined, accessible experience. Consumers began to seek alternatives that offered not only time savings, but also a wider variety of products. The proliferation of personal computers and the gradual expansion of the internet served as a catalyst for this change. In response, various entities entered the market, each vying to capture the attention and loyalty of a flock of consumers eager for these innovations. They envisioned a future where groceries could be delivered directly to doorsteps, effectively eliminating the need for physical stores. Yet, this vision often clashed with the realities of logistics and customer expectations. The growing demand for rapid delivery and freshness placed immense pressure on nascent companies, revealing the complexities of an evolving market. With the rise of competitors and shifting consumer priorities, it became increasingly clear that the landscape would not accommodate all players. The cash burn accelerated, an unmistakable indicator of the challenges ahead. Initial strategies focused on rapid expansion, fostering an ambitious vision that led to unsustainable expenditures. The approach to establishing fulfillment centers across multiple markets became a burden. Each facility demanded significant investment, often exceeding projections. Operational costs mounted as technology and logistics required continual upgrades and refinement. Marketing strategies aimed to capture market share consumed vast resources, diverting funds that could have been allocated elsewhere. Promising forecasts faded into a stark reality as the consumer base failed to materialize at the anticipated rate. These financial strategies, initially designed to position it ahead of competitors, instead revealed vulnerabilities. Investor confidence waned alongside mounting losses, creating a cycle of escalating expenses and diminishing returns. The focus on customer acquisition overshadowed profitability, leading to a precarious balance between growth and fiscal responsibility. In this environment, debt accumulated, straining relationships with suppliers and stakeholders. With each passing quarter, it became increasingly evident that the foundational principles upon which the venture was built were unsustainable. The stark contrast between ambition and reality painted a troubling portrait. as the operational intricacies intertwined with financial miscalculations. Expansion into new cities highlighted the ambitious plans of the company. Each new market represented an opportunity to capture a growing consumer base eager for convenience. Strategies were formulated to ensure a seamless entry, involving extensive market research and localized marketing campaigns. The goal was to establish a robust infrastructure capable of supporting demand across various demographics. Initial enthusiasm gave way to logistical challenges. Infrastructure investments failed to yield the expected efficiency, leading to delays in deliveries and deteriorating customer satisfaction. Facilities, designed with the intent to operate at peak capacity, often faced underutilization in their early days, resulting in unnecessary overhead costs. Personnel shortages compounded these issues, as rapid hiring did not align with the complexities of operational demands. As these challenges mounted, the allure of new cities began to wane. The projected revenue failed to materialize, prompting a reevaluation of expansion strategies. Market analyses revealed that anticipated growth rates were overly optimistic, while competition intensified. The once promising regions now echoed with unmet expectations, serving as a cautionary reminder of the vital need for sustainable growth. With mounting losses, the company faced a pivotal moment. Decisions made in haste, driven by a desire to dominate the market. Competitors responded with calculated adjustments, observing the missteps of an emerging giant. They recognized the rapid expansion of Webvan as both an opportunity and a cautionary tale. It became evident that existing grocery chains were not simply passive entities. They began to innovate, refining their own delivery services to capture the shifting consumer preferences. Local grocers and established retailers leveraged their existing infrastructure to enhance delivery logistics. They invested in technology that streamlined order processing and optimized routes, allowing them to fulfill demands without the risk of overreach. This region witnessed the introduction of specialized delivery programs, catering to local markets with a focus on quality and customer service. These adaptations emphasized the importance of community ties and the ability to meet needs without the excesses that led to Webvan's downfall. Further developments included partnerships with specialized logistics companies, reducing operational burdens while maintaining a competitive edge. This strategic collaboration enabled rivals to enter the online space without incurring the vast expenses that had plagued the fading company. They capitalized on a more measured approach, one that prioritized sustainability and gradual growth over aggressive expansion. As these rivals positioned themselves, the landscape shifted, and the remnants of Webvan faded into the background, a stark reminder of the consequences of ambition untempered by prudence. The market evolved, fostering resilience amid the changing tides. The economic downturn cast a long shadow over online business models, revealing vulnerabilities that were previously overlooked. Consumer spending habits shifted dramatically as disposable incomes dwindled. In this region, the allure of convenience became overshadowed by the necessity to prioritize essential purchases. Shoppers began to favor traditional grocery stores, drawn by the tangible security they offered in uncertain times. Amidst these changes, the fading company struggled to adapt its operational strategies. The initial investments in technology and logistics, once viewed as forward-thinking, became burdensome liabilities. The infrastructure that supported its rapid expansion did not align with the new economic realities. Inventory management systems faltered under the strain, leading to inefficiencies and increased costs. As revenues plummeted, the focus on customer acquisition shifted to retention. Existing clients found themselves disillusioned with inconsistent delivery schedules and rising prices. Trust eroded, forcing the company to confront the consequences of overextending itself in a volatile marketplace. The once promising vision of online grocery delivery began to crumble. Competitors, eager to capitalize on the upheaval, emerged with more agile models that better addressed consumer needs. In the wake of this economic shift, the remnants of the company's ambitious goals faded into the background, marking a significant turning point in the evolution of online shopping. Investor pressure mounted significantly as the initial excitement surrounding the company's launch began to wane. Early supporters had high hopes for an innovative grocery delivery service that promised convenience and efficiency. However, reality soon revealed the complexities of maintaining such a large-scale operation. The strain of meeting ambitious growth targets became evident, leading to an unsustainable financial model that struggled to balance expectations with the harsh truths of operational costs. The rapid expansion into various markets exacerbated these challenges. Operating costs soared while revenues lagged behind projections. Investors, initially enchanted by the potential of a new frontier in e-commerce, began to express dissatisfaction. This discontent translated into intense scrutiny, with calls for immediate results overshadowing long-term strategic planning. The pressure to deliver on promises made during the company's inception grew increasingly burdensome. Amidst the growing dissent, the leadership struggled to align ambitious visions with the stark realities of consumer behavior and market dynamics. With each quarterly report, the widening gap between expectations and reality became more pronounced. This atmosphere of disillusionment permeated the organization, contributing to a decline in morale among employees who had once championed the company's mission. The initial vision of transforming grocery shopping into a digital experience unraveled under the weight of financial imperatives and unmet investor anticipations. Leadership decisions played a crucial role in the trajectory of this once promising venture. As the company expanded rapidly, frequent changes in management reflected a struggle to find a cohesive vision. Founders who initially envisioned a seamless online grocery service were soon replaced by executives with varied backgrounds, emphasizing different aspects of operations. This lack of continuity bred confusion among employees and stakeholders alike. The turnover in leadership meant that strategic decisions often lacked the necessary stability. Each new executive brought their own perspective, frequently leading to shifts in priorities and objectives. While some aimed to streamline operations and reduce costs, others pushed for aggressive market expansion. These conflicting strategies contributed to an atmosphere of uncertainty. The upheaval in management coincided with deteriorating financial health. As losses mounted, the urgency to implement drastic measures intensified. Decisions that once seemed calculated turned reactionary, leading to further missteps. Disjointed communication among teams became commonplace, undermining efforts to unify the company's mission. Investor confidence waned as leadership struggled to demonstrate a clear path forward. This decline in trust was palpable, and morale among employees plummeted. The once vibrant hopes for a grocery revolution faded, leaving behind a fragmented organization grappling with its identity and purpose. the weight of these decisions. The role of technology in the evolution of delivery applications was crucial during the rise and fall of various enterprises. Increased internet access and advancements in mobile communication allowed for real-time tracking and updates, reshaping consumer expectations. In this shifting landscape, seamless connectivity became a key factor in determining the success or failure of businesses. These innovations offered a glimpse into a future where convenience reigned supreme. The emergence of smartphone applications provided a platform for companies to connect directly with customers, offering instant access to services that once required significant effort. This region witnessed numerous startups attempting to capitalize on this newfound demand, yet many struggled to achieve profitability. Delivery apps introduced streamlined ordering processes, enabling consumers to browse extensive catalogs of products with ease. Yet, the operational complexities involved in managing stock levels, logistics, and delivery personnel proved challenging. The fading company often found itself grappling with the balance between rapid growth and maintaining quality service. As technology continued to evolve, established players and newcomers alike faced increasing competition. The market became saturated with options, leading to consumer fatigue. For some businesses, the overwhelming pace of change rendered their models obsolete. While technology created new opportunities, it also served as a reminder of the relentless pressures inherent in a fast-moving economy. Customer concerns became an essential aspect of operations, highlighting the gaps in service and the expectations of a rapidly evolving consumer base. Feedback mechanisms were established, allowing customers to voice their dissatisfaction. It became evident that delivery delays and product quality issues were recurring themes. This feedback was not taken lightly. It prompted attempts to enhance logistics and improve inventory management. Still, the measures taken to address these complaints often fell short. Solutions were implemented, yet they did not bridge the widening chasm between consumer expectations and operational realities. The promise of convenience began to fade as reports of poor customer experiences proliferated. Staff worked diligently to respond to inquiries, yet the volume of complaints overwhelmed resources dedicated to customer service. As the organization attempted to manage these concerns, the underlying operational inefficiencies remained. Attempts to innovate and adapt sometimes resulted in additional layers of complexity, complicating the very services meant to delight customers. The feedback loop, intended to foster improvement, instead highlighted the vulnerabilities of a model that had grown too ambitious. Each complaint served as a reminder that in this region, customer satisfaction was not merely a metric but a lifeline. Without the ability to effectively respond to these challenges, the foundation of the endeavor began to crack, leading to an inevitable decline. The initial public offering in the year 2000 marked a pivotal moment for the enterprise. Hope soared as investors anticipated the dawn of a new era in online commerce. With shares priced at $30, the excitement surrounding this venture seemed boundless. Promises of rapid growth and technological innovation painted an optimistic picture, attracting significant investment and fueling public interest. In the months following the IPO, the initial surge of enthusiasm quickly transitioned into a stark reality. The operational challenges, previously masked by ambitious projections, began to surface more prominently. Mismanagement of logistics and an underestimation of customer demand led to service failures and unfulfilled orders. as the allure of rapid expansion clashed with the complexities of maintaining a sustainable business model. Investor confidence started to wane. The aftermath saw shares plummeting, reflecting a disheartening shift in market perception. Once hailed as a beacon of success, the brand transformed into a cautionary tale of unfulfilled potential. Financial reports revealed staggering losses, overshadowing the initial excitement. This decline eventually culminated in a series of layoffs and a shrinking workforce, signaling the unraveling of what was once deemed a revolutionary concept. The hopes and expectations surrounding the IPO dissipated, leaving behind a haunting reminder of ambition unfulfilled. Financial records reveal a troubling trajectory, marked by significant losses that became increasingly difficult to ignore. Initial projections showcased an optimistic outlook, yet the underlying reality was starkly different. Operational inefficiencies plagued the organization, contributing to an unsustainable business model. The infrastructure, meant to support swift deliveries, was underutilized and expensive to maintain. Investments in technology and logistics, while ambitious, did not yield the anticipated returns. Costs soared as the company expanded rapidly without a coherent strategy. Inventory management issues emerged, leading to spoilage and waste. This region of financial mismanagement resulted in mounting debt, further straining resources. Despite attempts to capture market share, revenue generation lagged behind projections, revealing a disconnect between vision and execution. Marketing expenditures escalated, aimed at bolstering brand recognition, yet they often overshadowed the pressing need for sustainable practices. In their quest for growth, they overlooked critical operational metrics, leading to misaligned priorities. The financial landscape became increasingly dire, with losses compounding each quarter. Stakeholders grew restless as the promise of profitability faded into uncertainty. Investors, once eager to support innovation, began to withdraw their confidence. The mounting losses culminated in a vulnerability that became evident in board meetings and financial disclosures. This gradual unraveling signaled an impending crisis, echoing louder with each passing fiscal period. The media played a pivotal role in shaping perceptions surrounding this once promising venture. Early coverage celebrated Webvan's ambitious goals, often portraying it as a harbinger of a new era in grocery shopping. Bright headlines heralded the convenience and innovation brought forth by this online model, capturing the imagination of investors and consumers alike. Enthusiastic articles painted a picture of a seamless shopping experience, one that would soon redefine retail. As operational challenges became more pronounced, scrutiny intensified. Journalists began to uncover the discrepancies between Webvan's projected growth and its actual performance. Reports highlighted logistical nightmares, financial shortfalls, and a flawed business strategy. The narrative shifted, with media outlets delving into the company's unsustainable expansion, which saw rapid investments outpace realistic expectations. Analysts began questioning the feasibility of such an ambitious undertaking, noting the disconnect between consumer demand and operational capacity. Disparaging articles emerged, detailing customer complaints and delivery failures. This coverage underscored a growing skepticism that permeated public sentiment. Investors, once eager, became cautious, their confidence eroded by the unfolding drama. The media's relentless examination revealed cracks in the facade, amplifying doubts and unease among stakeholders. Innovations in delivery emerged as a defining feature of this era, with the promise of technology transforming the landscape of grocery shopping. In the early days, the allure of online grocery services captivated consumers, offering convenience and efficiency. The novelty of ordering fresh produce from the comfort of one's home drew a considerable customer base, eager to embrace this modernity. Traditional grocers, rooted in established practices, initially viewed these developments with skepticism. They relied on decades of in-person service, familiar relationships, and community trust. Yet, as technology advanced, many began to adapt, integrating digital solutions to enhance their own delivery capabilities. This led to a gradual shift in consumer expectations. The ease of placing an order through an app contrasted sharply with the traditional shopping experience, where physical trips to the store remained the norm. As the competition intensified, it became clear that merely offering a delivery service was insufficient. The execution of these innovations required an understanding of logistics, inventory management, and customer service, areas where traditional grocers possessed decades of experience. The economic landscape shifted dramatically following the events of September 11, 2001. This period of uncertainty enveloped various sectors, including retail, where confidence began to wane. Online grocery services like Webvan, which had already been grappling with their own challenges, faced intensified scrutiny. Consumer spending patterns transformed almost overnight as households shifted their priorities, leading to a decline in discretionary spending. This region, once buzzing with optimism for e-commerce, saw a palpable tightening of purse strings. Customers became hesitant, favoring traditional shopping experiences they perceived as more secure. The complexities of maintaining a reliable delivery service now felt compounded, as logistical hurdles grew steeper under increased fuel prices and a disrupted supply chain. Investments in technology and infrastructure, initially viewed as innovative, began to feel burdensome amid the economic downturn. The allure of rapid growth faded, and the focus shifted towards sustainability and cost efficiency. These ruins of ambition stood as testament to an industry that had miscalculated its trajectory. Webvan, once a beacon of potential in the online grocery market, struggled to adapt. Its grand vision of a seamless, tech-driven grocery experience became overshadowed by the harsh realities of a post-September 11th world. The initial promise faded, and a quiet reckoning ensued, marking the beginning of an inevitable decline. Market saturation became evident as competitors emerged, each vying for dominance in the burgeoning online grocery sector. It was not merely the rise of others that contributed to the decline. The brand itself began to overextend. With ambitious plans to expand into new territories, resources were spread thin, leading to inefficiencies in operations. This region, once a hub of innovation, now found itself grappling with logistical challenges that compounded daily. Customer expectations soared, driven by the novelty of rapid delivery and curated selections. As it scrambled to meet these demands, the brand inadvertently compromised its service quality. Complaints regarding order accuracy and freshness of products became commonplace, further tarnishing its reputation. The once loyal customer base began to dwindle, a silent exodus in response to unmet promises. Financial strain loomed large as operational costs surged, while revenues began to plateau. The pursuit of market share eclipsed prudent fiscal management, leaving it vulnerable to ongoing economic shifts. Investors watched with trepidation as forecasts dimmed, their confidence eroding like the infrastructure surrounding it. Amidst this backdrop, the fading company struggled to redefine its identity, grappling with the very essence of its initial vision. The allure of convenience, once a beacon of hope, was now overshadowed by the stark reality of an overextended enterprise. Fierce competition emerged as new players entered the market, each brandishing innovative solutions to capture the attention of a growing consumer base. Startups and established retailers alike began to experiment with delivery models, leveraging technology in ways that promised a more efficient service. These fresh contenders introduced streamlined apps and user-friendly interfaces, making online grocery shopping not only feasible but increasingly appealing. Investments flooded into this sector as venture capitalists eyed the potential for profit amid the shifting consumer habits. Traditional grocery chains began to adapt, enhancing their own digital platforms in a bid to retain their market share. The influx of options created an environment where customers were no longer dependent on a single provider. Loyalty became a fleeting concept, easily swayed by better prices, faster delivery times, or a more extensive product range. Amid this burgeoning competition, the fading company struggled to maintain its footing. Operational inefficiencies began to surface, revealing cracks in a once promising foundation. With each passing day, the distance between their capabilities and the expectations of an evolving market widened. Many consumers, enticed by the allure of alternatives, began to drift away, further undermining the already fragile business model. The landscape shifted, and the company found itself increasingly isolated, grappling with the remnants of its early ambitions. Strategic partnerships emerged as a potential lifeline for the fading company, a means to navigate the challenges of an evolving market. Collaborations with established retailers and tech firms were initiated, aimed at expanding reach and enhancing operational efficiency. These alliances, however, often faltered under the weight of conflicting goals and misaligned visions. Initial enthusiasm gave way to disillusionment as partners struggled to integrate their systems and philosophies. The synergies promised in boardroom discussions rarely materialized in practice. Each partnership, instead of providing the support needed to thrive, often became another source of complication. Marketing efforts intended to showcase these collaborations frequently failed to resonate with consumers. The disconnect between the brand's early vision and the reality of its partnerships led to confusion and a diminishing customer base. As the company attempted to pivot and adapt, the coherence of its strategic direction eroded further. Amidst these challenges, the logistical frameworks built to support these alliances became cumbersome, emphasizing inefficiencies rather than enhancing service. Resources allocated for integration were squandered, leaving the organization weaker than before. In this unforgiving environment, the company's attempts to solidify its footing through partnerships only highlighted its vulnerabilities, reinforcing a narrative of decline. The promise of collaboration faded as quickly as it had emerged, leaving behind an unsettling quiet. The once bustling offices stood eerily silent, a stark contrast to the vibrant energy that had permeated them. As financial realities set in, the decision to reduce the workforce became inevitable. Leadership faced the daunting task of implementing layoffs. Each department was scrutinized meticulously, with teams dissected and restructured in an attempt to streamline operations. This region, once filled with hope and innovation, now bore the weight of uncertainty. Communications were carefully crafted, aimed at softening the blow. Employees gathered in conference rooms, awaiting news that would alter their lives. The atmosphere was heavy with apprehension, punctuated by hushed conversations and the rustle of resignation letters. Those affected were often taken by surprise, their dedication overlooked in the pursuit of survival. For those who remained, the burden of increased responsibilities became palpable. Morale plummeted as trust in the leadership dwindled. The promise of a thriving future was overshadowed by the grim reality of dwindling resources. Meetings became perfunctory, filled with vague reassurances that did little to quell the growing discontent. In the aftermath, the landscape shifted dramatically. The once promising venture found itself grappling with the consequences of its decisions. The fading company struggled to adapt, leaving behind a trail of uncertainty and lost potential. The uncertainty intensified as operational costs escalated. The decision to expand aggressively into numerous markets strained resources, leading to unsustainable financial practices. This region became a backdrop for ambitious promises that proved unmanageable. A lack of profitability marred the company's image, causing investor confidence to wane and shareholders to withdraw support. Competitive pressures mounted, with established grocery chains and new startups entering the digital space. The growing demand for efficiency and reliability exposed weaknesses in the company's logistical framework, which struggled to keep pace with customer expectations. As deliveries faltered and service quality diminished, consumer trust eroded further. The eventual bankruptcy filing marked a significant turning point. It was not merely a consequence of poor business strategy, but also a reflection of the broader market dynamics. Investors faced substantial losses as the company's assets were liquidated, leaving behind a stark reminder of missed opportunities. Consequences rippled through the industry. Competitors quickly capitalized on the void, adopting lessons learned from the unfolding events. The rise of more resilient online grocery models emerged, showcasing the importance of adaptability and sustainability. This decline served as a cautionary tale, illustrating how rapid expansion without a solid foundation can lead to irrevocable consequences. The aftermath of the failure left an indelible mark on the landscape of online retail, shaping future endeavors in the sector. The end of an era became evident as the company's assets were liquidated and the infrastructure that had once promised innovation was dismantled. Empty warehouses stood as monuments to ambition, their walls echoing the silence of unfulfilled potential. Delivery trucks, once a common sight, became relics of a bygone optimism, slowly rusting in vacant lots, a stark reminder of the operational challenges that plagued the business. Investors watched as stock prices plummeted, reflecting a loss of confidence in the viability of online grocery models. Competitors, initially intimidated by the scale of ambition, reassessed their strategies. Many opted for caution, choosing to engage in smaller, more sustainable ventures rather than pursuing aggressive expansion. This cautionary approach defined a new chapter in the industry, influencing the tactics of emerging players who sought to avoid the pitfalls that had led to the dramatic decline. Consumers gradually shifted their expectations, navigating the evolving landscape with a wariness born from experience. Trust in online grocery services waned, and brick-and-mortar giants began to reclaim their relevance. The once promising vision of home delivery for groceries became a cautionary tale, prompting industry experts to explore safer, more reliable methodologies. The echoes of this decline resonated, leaving an imprint on strategy and innovation for years to follow. Critical lessons emerged from this decline, shaping the trajectory of future enterprises. The initial ambition to revolutionize grocery delivery was met with an underestimation of operational complexities. Logistics proved to be a formidable challenge, requiring precise coordination and an understanding of local markets. This region, once bustling with promise, became a cautionary tale for those who would dare to overlook the intricacies of supply chain management. Investors were drawn in by the allure of the digital frontier, yet the financial model faltered under the weight of unsustainable growth. The rapid expansion into numerous markets without a solid foundation highlighted the importance of scaling cautiously. This miscalculation reverberated throughout the tech landscape, instilling a sense of prudence among future startups. Customer expectations evolved, influenced by the lessons learned from this fading company. The need for quality service and reliability became paramount, underscoring the significance of cultivating trust within the consumer base. Concurrently, the decline illuminated the ramifications of inadequate market research and the necessity for adaptability in meeting changing consumer demands. The aftermath of this experience served as a reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and practicality. As companies ventured into new territories, the quiet echoes of Webvan's failure remained, a somber reflection on ambition tempered by reality. Each lesson carved deeper insights into the fabric of the evolving digital marketplace. Influence on industry extended beyond the immediate implications of its demise. The early attempts at online grocery delivery laid the groundwork for future ventures, shaping the strategies of subsequent companies. Lessons learned from missteps informed new practices and operational models. This region, once filled with ambition, now served as a cautionary tale for newer entrants navigating the complexities of digital commerce. The technology developed during this period, despite its shortcomings, provided invaluable insights into consumer behavior and logistics management. Data analytics became paramount, as understanding purchasing patterns and preferences drove more effective inventory management. This shift underscored the necessity for agile systems capable of adapting to real-time demands. The fading company also highlighted the importance of customer trust. A seamless user experience emerged as a critical driver for success, prompting future grocery platforms to prioritize intuitive interfaces and reliable delivery services. These factors became essential in cultivating loyalty within a crowded marketplace. While many ventures would rise and fall, the echoes of its experience persisted. Their challenges emphasized the importance of sustainable growth strategies and realistic scaling. In this evolving landscape, both triumphs and failures contributed to a more resilient framework for online grocery operations, which would seek to avoid the pitfalls encountered by early pioneers. A new wave of competitors emerged from the shadows of early failures. These entities, learning from the missteps of predecessors, sought to innovate and refine the online grocery experience. They recognized the challenges posed by logistics, inventory management, and customer engagement. Careful analysis of Webvan's downfall offered valuable insights into the intricacies of consumer behavior and operational efficiency. Strategically, this region saw the rise of businesses that adopted a more measured approach. They prioritized sustainable growth over rapid expansion, understanding that the foundation of success lay in solid infrastructure and customer trust. These companies focused on building relationships, ensuring that each interaction with consumers was not only efficient, but also personalized. They harnessed technology, employing algorithms to predict demand and optimize delivery routes, thereby reducing costs and improving reliability. The emergence of local grocery chains entering the online market further reshaped the landscape. By leveraging established customer bases and community ties, these businesses could compete effectively against larger, more established players. The emphasis shifted from merely providing products to creating holistic shopping experiences. This evolution became essential as consumers began to favor services that offered convenience alongside quality. In this new environment, the lessons learned from Webvan's experience paved the way for a more sustainable and customer-centric approach to online grocery shopping. The shift in consumer behavior marked a significant turning point in the retail landscape. More individuals began to prioritize convenience, seeking out services that could deliver groceries directly to their homes. The idea of spending less time in physical stores resonated with busy lifestyles, prompting a reevaluation of traditional shopping methods. This evolution was not merely about speed. It also involved a demand for quality and selection. Consumers became more discerning, expecting not just accessibility, but also a wide array of products that met their particular needs. This redefined relationship with grocery shopping fostered an environment ripe for innovation. Businesses began to explore new models that emphasized personalization and user experience. Online platforms emerged, integrating advanced technology to tailor offerings based on individual preferences. The rise of mobile applications further facilitated this transformation, allowing users to browse and order with unprecedented ease. Retailers in this region recognized the importance of establishing trust and reliability. Building a strong connection with customers became fundamental as they sought providers who understood their requirements. As the landscape continued to evolve, the focus shifted from merely fulfilling orders to creating a seamless and engaging shopping experience. This change reflected a broader trend in consumer expectations, one that increasingly emphasized convenience, quality, and personalization over traditional shopping habits. Technological advancements reshaped the landscape of online grocery delivery, setting a foundation that later companies would build upon. Sophisticated algorithms and data analytics emerged, enabling businesses to track consumer preferences with precision. Enhanced mobile applications provided users with seamless browsing experiences, ensuring that the act of purchasing groceries became more intuitive and engaging. These innovations cultivated a sense of immediacy and accessibility, fundamentally altering the way consumers approached their grocery needs. The rise of logistics technology facilitated more efficient supply chain management. Companies began to adopt real-time inventory tracking systems, allowing for optimal stock levels and reduced waste. Automated warehousing solutions became prevalent, improving order fulfillment processes. As these advancements proliferated, they attracted new players into the market, each attempting to capitalize on the lessons learned from earlier failures. Investments in delivery infrastructure also gained momentum. Last-mile delivery services flourished, with a focus on speed and reliability. This shift created a competitive environment, pushing businesses to explore partnerships with local retailers and leveraging existing networks. The early missteps of pioneers served as cautionary tales, prompting a more cautious approach to scaling operations. This evolving landscape reflects a continuous cycle of adaptation and reinvention, where the lessons of the past inform the strategies of the present. The subsequent companies have embraced the inherent complexities of online grocery provision, shaping a new era of consumer engagement. Venture capital played a critical role in shaping the trajectory of early online grocery ventures, including Webvan. Significant investments poured into these startups, driven by the promise of vast market potential and technological innovation. Funding, often exceeding hundreds of millions of dollars, created an environment where rapid expansion became an expectation. This influx of capital encouraged aggressive strategies, including rapid market entry and extensive logistical infrastructure development. The allure of quick returns attracted many investors, yet the inherent risks remained substantial. Many startups, including Webvan, expanded too quickly without establishing a sustainable customer base or understanding the nuances of grocery logistics. This led to inflated operational costs, outpacing revenue generation, a culture of high stakes emerged, where the pressure to deliver rapid growth often overshadowed prudent business practices. In this landscape, failure rates were alarmingly high, with many companies unable to recover from market miscalculations or consumer disengagement. The resultant losses echoed throughout the investor community, prompting a more cautious approach towards funding in the online grocery sector. This cautiousness, however, did not extinguish the drive for innovation. Many lessons learned from the downfall of early ventures informed subsequent investments, leading to a more calculated exploration of the online grocery landscape in later years. Employees faced a profound shift as the once promising venture began its decline. The atmosphere within the company transformed from one of optimism to uncertainty, leaving many grappling with job insecurity. Former workers recall the initial excitement that accompanied the launch, driven by a shared belief in revolutionizing grocery shopping. This enthusiasm, however, soon gave way to an unsettling reality. As the operations dwindled, the consequences were tangible. Layoffs became a regular occurrence, a stark reminder of the fragility of the business model. Individuals who once felt proud to be part of an innovative team found themselves navigating a landscape marked by instability. Many reminisced about the camaraderie forged in the early days, only to witness it erode as financial pressures mounted. Some employees described the emotional toll of receiving notice of impending layoffs, while others express a sense of betrayal, having dedicated their time and effort to a vision that. This experience left lasting impressions on those who participated in the journey. The lessons learned from these struggles not only informed their future career paths, but also highlighted the complexities of ambition in the ever-evolving world of technology and commerce. Consumer trust, once a fragile thread carefully woven through the early days of online grocery shopping, began to fray under the weight of unmet expectations. As promises of convenience and efficiency filled the air, initial excitement gave way to skepticism. The rapid expansion of this venture led to inconsistencies in service and product quality, creating a disconnect between the company's marketing and its actual delivery. Consumers who had once embraced the idea of groceries arriving at their doorsteps started to question the reliability of these services. Negative experiences proliferated, and voices of dissatisfaction echoed throughout this region, amplified by the nascent digital landscape. Reviews became a powerful tool, shaping public perception with a clarity that was difficult to counter. With each late delivery or missing item, trust eroded further, revealing the precarious nature of a business model built on speed rather than resilience. As the pressures of competition intensified, this fading company found itself in a precarious position. The allure of innovation began to dull, overshadowed by tales of disappointment shared among potential customers. In the quiet corners of online forums and social media, doubt took root, transforming excitement into caution. This shift was not merely a response to service failures. It reflected a broader uncertainty about the viability of an entirely new way of consuming everyday necessities, impacting the trajectory of online retail for years to come. The legacy of the company manifested in both its innovations and its failures, paving the way for subsequent e-commerce ventures. Lessons learned from its operational missteps resonated throughout the industry. Many subsequent businesses recognized that rapid expansion without a sustainable infrastructure could lead to inevitable collapse. The emphasis shifted towards building a robust logistical framework, prioritizing efficiency and reliability. Consumer behavior began to transform as well. The early struggles faced by the fading company highlighted the importance of customer experience and trust in online transactions. Although it faltered, it initiated a dialogue surrounding the feasibility of grocery delivery, igniting interest in the sector that would. As the dust settled, the concepts of convenience and accessibility gained prominence within the market. Many companies utilized advanced data analytics to predict consumer preferences, refining their offerings based on insights that were once overlooked. It became evident that the digital landscape required adaptability and a keen understanding of consumer demands. The failures of this early pioneer served as a cautionary tale, illuminating the path for future endeavors in the e-commerce space, guiding them towards sustainable practices and long-term success. E-commerce's history is marked by numerous failures, each revealing its own nuances while sharing common threads. Like the demise of this early grocery venture, many companies underestimated the complexities of logistics and consumer behavior. They too expanded rapidly, driven by initial enthusiasm rather than the realities of operational sustainability. Others, such as Petscom, also faltered under the weight of overambitious marketing strategies and unsustainable financial models. In contrast, some enterprises managed to navigate these waters more effectively, learning from the missteps of predecessors. Companies that adopted a more incremental approach, emphasizing customer loyalty and efficient supply chains, thrived where others fell short. They recognized the importance of adapting to consumer preferences and market demand rather than rigidly adhering to a singular vision. This region of failed digital grocery efforts remains a stark reminder of the pitfalls associated with rapid growth without foundational strength. The vast emptiness of warehouses once bustling with activity reflects the broader challenges faced by online retailers. Infrastructure demands, fluctuating consumer trust, and the necessity for seamless technology integration all play crucial roles in determining the fate of these endeavors. As the echoes of past failures linger, the landscape continues to evolve, shaped by lessons learned both from successes and missteps alike. Logistics emerges as a cornerstone for business success, intricately woven into the fabric of operations. Efficient supply chain management dictates the flow of goods, ensuring that products are available when and where they are needed. In this realm, timing is paramount. Delays can result in lost sales and eroded customer trust. The complexities of distribution require not only a robust infrastructure, but also the ability to adapt to unforeseen challenges. Changes in consumer behavior, such as a shift towards online purchasing, place additional strain on existing systems. Companies must embrace innovation in logistics to remain competitive, harnessing technology to streamline processes and enhance delivery capabilities. Automation and data analytics provide insights that allow businesses to anticipate demand, optimize routes, and reduce costs. The consequences of neglecting this critical aspect can be profound. Market leaders often emerge from their ability to deliver consistently, creating a foundation of loyalty among consumers. In contrast, those that falter in logistics may find themselves facing diminishing returns and dwindling market presence. As the landscape transforms, the lessons of past endeavors serve as reminders that logistics is not merely a support function, but rather a defining characteristic of a thriving enterprise. In this intricate dance of goods and services, the ability to adapt and innovate stands as the decisive factor in determining long-term viability. The promise of online grocery shopping emerged with a vision of convenience and efficiency, capturing the imagination of consumers seeking a modern solution to their daily needs. This forward-thinking model aimed to bridge the gap between traditional grocery shopping and the burgeoning digital landscape, providing an enticing alternative to time-consuming trips to the store. Yet, the reality of execution proved far more complex. Rapid expansion characterized the early years, with significant investments flowing into infrastructure and technology. In these ambitions, a disconnect arose between consumer expectations and operational capabilities. The challenge of maintaining fresh inventory and ensuring timely delivery created vulnerabilities that would become increasingly apparent. This endeavor, while innovative, relied heavily on logistics that were not yet mature enough to support such a rapid scaling of service. External factors compounded these challenges, including fluctuating market conditions and increased competition. The initial promise began to erode, revealing cracks in the foundation. As the demand for immediate gratification clashed with the realities of supply chain management, profitability remained elusive. Eventually, the inability to pivot and adapt effectively led to a decline, leaving behind remnants of a once prominent player in the online grocery landscape. The lessons learned from this experience continue to shape the industry, as stakeholders strive to navigate the delicate balance between innovation and sustainability. The impact of this experience reverberated throughout Silicon Valley, embedding itself within the region's culture. This legacy manifested in a cautious approach to investment, as venture capitalists became increasingly scrutinous of business models that promised rapid growth without stability. The ambitious dreams of technology entrepreneurs were tempered by the cautionary tales that emerged from ventures like this one. Innovation remained a cornerstone of the culture, yet the pursuit of groundbreaking ideas was now accompanied by a newfound emphasis on operational viability. Startups began to prioritize sustainable practices, understanding that the allure of disruption must be balanced with fiscal responsibility. The echo of failure reverberated through boardrooms, guiding discussions about scalability and market fit. In the hallways of tech incubators, the memories of once promising enterprises served as a reminder of the volatility inherent in the startup ecosystem. Collaborative dialogues focused on the importance of robust business models, with founders drawing lessons from the past. The lessons learned from this moment in history influenced not only the strategies of emerging companies, but also the expectations of consumers. A heightened demand for transparency and accountability emerged, reshaping the relationship between businesses and their clientele. This environment forged a Silicon Valley that, while still bold in ambition, now approached innovation with a tempered, reflective mindset. The evolving landscape of regulations significantly influenced the fate of early online grocery ventures. Food safety standards, critical in safeguarding public health, emerged as a primary concern. These guidelines required rigorous compliance, demanding that businesses implement comprehensive systems to ensure the integrity and quality of perishable goods. This burden weighed heavily on fledgling companies. Obligations extended beyond mere adherence to hygiene practices. They included traceability protocols and documentation requirements. As these enterprises navigated the complexities of compliance, resources were diverted from innovation to meet regulatory demands. The need for sophisticated logistics and storage solutions exacerbated operational challenges. In this region, the online grocery model faced scrutiny as regulatory bodies sought to ensure that consumer trust was not compromised. Those stringent standards often clashed with the rapid growth aspirations of early digital retailers. The pressure to align with evolving legal frameworks stifled flexibility, making adaptation difficult. In the midst of these complications, companies struggled to balance the drive for efficiency with the necessity of compliance. They found themselves at a crossroads where ambition met the cold reality of regulatory landscapes. The promise of convenience, initially a hallmark of these ventures, began to fade under the weight of operational constraints. Gradually, the marketplace witnessed the unraveling of a once promising concept, overshadowed by the relentless demands of regulation. The decline of a once innovative idea paved the way for new entrants in the realm of delivery services. A significant shift occurred, characterized by the emergence of nimble startups that learned from past mistakes. These companies prioritized efficient logistics, utilizing advanced technology to streamline operations and optimize delivery routes. Smaller, localized models took precedence, focusing on meeting consumer demands with greater flexibility. Investment in infrastructure became a crucial component, with warehouses strategically positioned to ensure rapid fulfillment. Innovative partnerships formed between grocery chains and tech companies, enhancing the overall shopping experience. This collaboration enabled real-time inventory management, allowing customers to browse selections with confidence in availability. Consumer behavior began to shift as well, with an increasing acceptance of online shopping. The convenience of home delivery became a desirable service, and businesses took note. They adapted their strategies, integrating user-friendly applications and responsive customer service to foster loyalty. These changes reflected a broader evolution in the market, as traditional retailers sought to reclaim their relevance in an increasingly digital landscape. As these new models flourished, the memories of previous failures lingered, serving as a cautionary tale. The landscape became populated with diverse options, each striving to meet the ever-growing demands of a new generation of consumers seeking convenience in their daily lives. The influence of Amazon loomed large over the burgeoning online grocery sector. It harnessed the power of technology to streamline logistics and enhance customer experience, effectively reshaping consumer expectations. This entity demonstrated an unwavering commitment to rapid delivery and expansive product selection. By leveraging advanced algorithms and an extensive distribution network, it set a new standard that others in the industry found increasingly difficult to emulate. The early promise of Webvan, with its ambitious expansion plans and heavy investment, began to fade in the shadow of such relentless innovation. While it sought to deliver groceries directly to doorsteps, inefficient operational practices and an inadequate understanding of consumer behavior led to mounting losses. As Amazon thrived, Webvan struggled to reconcile its high overhead costs with the necessity for competitive pricing and service delivery. The lessons were stark: a focus on infrastructure, customer service, and adaptability proved essential for survival in this rapidly evolving market. The failure to pivot effectively towards e-commerce logistics rendered Webvan obsolete, even as the concept of online grocery shopping gained traction. This region, once filled with promises of convenience and modernity, now stands as a reminder of the perils of overreach without the foundational support to sustain such aspirations. The ruins of Webvan reflect a cautionary tale in a landscape forever altered by relentless competition. The emergence of subscription models in grocery delivery represents a calculated adaptation to shifting consumer preferences. These frameworks facilitate regular purchases, fostering a sense of reliability that was once absent in the volatile landscape of grocery shopping. By offering a consistent delivery schedule, businesses can cultivate a loyal customer base, transforming occasional buyers into dedicated subscribers. This evolution reflects an understanding of the necessity for convenience amid the chaos of modern life. Many companies have embraced these subscription services, recognizing the value in predictable revenue streams. Consumers, drawn to the simplicity of automated shopping, find comfort in curated selections tailored to their tastes. This model often reduces decision fatigue, allowing individuals to streamline their purchasing habits. The integration of personalized recommendations enhances the experience, making grocery shopping less of a chore and more of a tailored service. Within this framework, technology plays a pivotal role. Data analytics drives inventory management and consumer insights, ensuring that products are delivered fresh and in line with demand. These systems minimize waste and enhance efficiency, a stark contrast to the chaotic beginnings of online grocery ventures. As this approach solidifies its foothold, the landscape of grocery delivery continues to evolve, reflecting a blend of innovation and consumer expectation forged in the aftermath of earlier failures. The path forward is marked by a commitment to adaptability and sustained convenience. Changing demographics began to reshape online shopping habits significantly. The emergence of a tech-savvy generation, raised in an era of rapid digital evolution, altered expectations surrounding convenience and accessibility. This region witnessed a gradual yet profound transformation in consumer behavior, as younger individuals increasingly embraced online platforms for grocery shopping. They sought speed and efficiency, favoring services that offered immediate gratification with a few clicks. Traditional shopping patterns began to decline, with an increasing number of households opting for delivery services over in-store purchases. The allure of browsing endless aisles from the comfort of home became irresistible to many. As this shift took hold, the early adopters of online grocery services found themselves competing in a landscape that rapidly evolved, necessitating not just innovation, but a keen understanding of these changing preferences. In response, it became crucial for companies to recognize the importance of user experience. Intuitive interfaces, personalized recommendations, and streamlined checkout processes emerged as essential components for attracting and retaining customers. Despite these advancements, the challenges of logistical execution loomed large. Effective supply chain management, alongside reliable delivery mechanisms, proved to be critical in meeting the soaring demand. This evolution did not come without setbacks. Fledgling companies struggled to keep pace with the shifting expectations, leading to a gradual unraveling of once promising ventures. This unraveling was not an isolated phenomenon. Numerous ventures emerged during the same era, each meeting a similar fate. The challenges faced by these companies often echoed the trials of the early online grocery sector. Many sought to capitalize on the burgeoning internet, yet misjudged customer demand and operational logistics. An early electronic marketplace, Cosmo.com, attempted to deliver a variety of goods to urban areas within 1 hour. Despite initial enthusiasm, it soon encountered overwhelming operational costs and an unsustainable business model. Delivery expenses escalated beyond projections, making profitability elusive. The company. Similarly, the online pet supply retailer Petscom became emblematic of the dot-com bubble's excesses. With a heavy marketing strategy, it endeavored to establish brand recognition through a memorable sock puppet mascot. Yet, this approach failed to translate into sustainable sales, rendering the company unable to absorb the financial losses caused by its aggressive spending patterns. Petscom dissolved its operations in 2002 after a brief but impactful existence. These instances reflect a broader trend among early online ventures, where optimism often overshadowed practical realities. The delicate balance between consumer expectations and operational capabilities proved too demanding for many, contributing to an era marked by rapid beginnings and premature endings. The emergence of social media transformed the landscape of consumer engagement, reshaping how businesses interact with their audiences. Instant communication replaced traditional marketing methods, allowing brands to engage directly with customers. This shift introduced a new dynamic, where feedback could be instantaneous and public. Companies found themselves navigating a landscape where consumer sentiment could influence reputation and sales overnight. In this environment, early online grocery retailers like Webvan struggled to adapt. They faced the challenge of managing expectations that had been amplified by the immediacy of social media. Customers sought not only convenience, but also personalized experiences, demanding swift responses and tailored offerings. This region of digital interaction placed unprecedented pressure on operational frameworks that were already stressed by logistical complexities. The reliance on social media also altered consumer behavior significantly. Shoppers began to share their experiences, both positive and negative, with wider audiences. This scrutiny heightened awareness of service failures, as dissatisfied customers wielded the power to sway public perception with a single post. The fading company found itself under constant evaluation, battling the repercussions of delayed deliveries and inventory shortages. These realities culminated in a challenging environment for nascent businesses. The rapid pace of change, coupled with the unyielding demands of an increasingly vocal consumer base, rendered traditional models of operation untenable. The once promising ventures faced an uphill struggle to maintain relevance. The financial landscape of the early 21st century was unforgiving for many. Those who navigated the turbulent waters emerged with lessons learned through hardship. A few companies adapted their strategies, embracing technology and consumer behavior shifts. They recognized the necessity of efficient logistics and streamlined operations, positioning themselves to capture market share once held by faltering enterprises. Some established giants pivoted their focus to online platforms, integrating e-commerce into their existing frameworks. This shift allowed them to leverage brand loyalty while introducing innovative delivery models. Investments in infrastructure became paramount, with emphasis placed on warehouses and distribution centers designed for swift fulfillment. The synergy between online and physical retail spaces proved crucial for survival. Consumer preferences began to change as convenience and reliability took precedence over an expansive selection. The survivors honed in on local partnerships, enhancing product offerings to reflect the desires of regional demographics. Personalization strategies emerged, fostering a deeper connection with customers and encouraging repeat business. This evolving landscape highlighted the importance of financial prudence. Companies that survived the collapse implemented rigorous cost management practices, ensuring they remained agile amidst uncertainties. The remnants of the industry, though forever altered, showcased resilience, embodying an unyielding commitment to adaptation in the face of adversity. These lessons would define future endeavors in the realm of online commerce. The technological revolution reshaped grocery shopping, introducing a wave of innovation that redefined consumer expectations. The proliferation of the internet made information more accessible, leading to a gradual shift in how people approach their shopping habits. This region witnessed the emergence of digital platforms that allowed consumers to browse and select products from the comfort of their homes, eliminating the need for traditional brick-and-mortar visits. With these advancements, it became evident that grocery shopping was no longer limited to physical stores. The rise of mobile applications further propelled this change, providing convenient interfaces that simplified the purchasing process. These platforms harnessed data analytics to tailor offerings, enhancing customer engagement and creating a sense of personalization in an otherwise impersonal experience. As the digital landscape evolved, so too did the expectations of consumers. Speed, efficiency, and accessibility became paramount, with many seeking quick deliveries and seamless online interactions. This shifting paradigm forced established retailers to adapt or face obsolescence. The challenges of inventory management and logistics emerged, requiring innovative solutions to meet the demands of a rapidly changing marketplace. In this context, early pioneers like Webvan struggled to keep pace with the evolution. Their ambitious visions collided with the harsh realities of infrastructure demands and operational inefficiencies, marking a critical chapter in the history of online grocery shopping. Emerging from the lessons of early missteps, the landscape of online grocery shopping is now defined by a more pragmatic approach. Integration of advanced logistics technologies has become a cornerstone for success. Automation, artificial intelligence, and data analytics are reshaping inventory management, ensuring that supply aligns with demand in real time. These innovations are not just enhancing efficiency, they are creating a more responsive system for consumers who now expect personalized shopping experiences. The focus has shifted towards sustainable practices, with a growing emphasis on reducing food waste and optimizing delivery routes. This region has witnessed a rise in partnerships between grocery retailers and tech companies, aiming to streamline operations while adhering to eco-friendly standards. The integration of electric vehicles for delivery purposes further reflects this commitment, targeting a reduction in carbon footprints. Consumer behavior is also evolving, influenced by the convenience and safety measures adopted during the global pandemic. Subscription services have gained traction, providing regular deliveries that cater to the habits of modern shoppers. In addition, the rise of meal kit services highlights a shift towards convenience and health-conscious options. This changing environment reveals a marketplace that is increasingly competitive, yet ripe with opportunity. The future of online grocery shopping promises a blend of technological advancement and consumer-centric strategies, paving the way for a robust and resilient industry. Entrepreneurs examining the trajectory of early online grocery ventures can extract crucial lessons from its rise and fall. A fragile foundation based on an untested business model became apparent as the market began to shift. Ambitious growth strategies, often outpacing demand, led to overextension and unsustainable financial commitments. These miscalculations highlight the importance of aligning operational scaling with actual consumer behavior and preferences. Investments in infrastructure, while essential, require a measured approach. The initial excitement surrounding rapid delivery services often mask the logistical complexities involved. This region witnessed firsthand the consequences of neglecting supply chain management and customer service. Startups can glean insights into the necessity of maintaining a balance between innovation and practical execution. Consumer trust, once established, can be a powerful asset. Engaging the customer through reliable service and transparent communication cultivates loyalty. Early online grocery attempts frequently underestimated the value of fostering relationships, leading to a disconnect that. Sustainability in business models emerges as a pivotal focus. This concept emphasizes the need for adaptability in response to market dynamics. Maintaining flexibility while assessing new opportunities ensures resilience against unforeseen challenges. As history reveals, the lessons learned from this fading company underscore the significance of prudent planning, strategic alignment, and customer-centric approaches in entrepreneurial endeavors. The importance of adaptability in business becomes evident when examining its trajectory. The marketplace is dynamic, often shifting in ways that challenge established models. This reality requires firms to respond nimbly to evolving consumer preferences, technological advancements, and unforeseen market conditions. An inability to pivot can lead to stagnation. Organizations that thrive are those willing to embrace change, recalibrating their offerings and strategies in response to new information and external pressures. This environment fosters innovation, encouraging experimentation and the exploration of diverse solutions. It is not merely about surviving, but actively engaging with the market to carve out a sustainable future. The lessons drawn from various business failures highlight the dangers of rigid structures. In a world marked by rapid technological evolution, flexibility often delineates success from failure. Companies that remain tethered to traditional methods may find themselves outpaced by competitors who harness agility and adaptability. This region, once vibrant with the presence of ambitious firms, now stands as a testament to the consequences of resistance to change. The remnants serve as reminders of opportunities missed and the critical need for foresight in strategy formulation. Businesses that prioritize adaptability position themselves favorably in the face of uncertainty, crafting resilience amid the complexities of modern commerce. Consumer trust is essential in the realm of e-commerce, particularly for enterprises like the Fading Company. Initially, it thrived on the promise of convenience and innovation, capturing the attention of a burgeoning online market. Customers, lured by the allure of groceries delivered to their doorsteps, embraced this new model with enthusiasm. Early adopters became loyal patrons, investing their confidence in the reliability of services and the quality of products offered. However, as operational challenges emerged, this trust began to erode. Fluctuating delivery times, inconsistent product availability, and a perceived decline in quality chipped away at the foundation that had been so carefully constructed. With each missed deadline or unfulfilled order, the relationship between the company and its customers soured. The initial excitement transformed into skepticism as consumers revisited their choices and considered alternatives. The competitive landscape was unforgiving. Established retailers and emerging platforms capitalized on these shortcomings, presenting themselves as more dependable options. What once seemed like an innovative venture became a cautionary tale, illustrating the fragile nature of consumer trust. This region, once vibrant with promise, now serves as a stark reminder of how quickly confidence can diminish in the face of unmet expectations. Trust, once lost, is challenging to regain, and the consequences of its absence can be profound in the digital marketplace. Data analytics emerged as a critical tool for understanding consumer needs in the evolving landscape of online grocery shopping. Companies sought to harness vast amounts of information to tailor their offerings, optimizing inventory and enhancing customer experience. In this region of innovation, algorithms analyzed purchasing patterns, demographic data, and market trends. Insights drawn from this analysis were intended to foster deeper connections with consumers. Successful enterprises used data to predict demand, ensuring that stocks reflected preferences. This approach could create an illusion of personalization, where shoppers felt their desires were understood and met. However, for some, reliance on data analytics became a double-edged sword. As expectations grew, so did the pressure to deliver increasingly tailored experiences. In an attempt to meet these rising demands, operational complexities multiplied. The Fading Company struggled to keep pace, misinterpreting the data. Instead of aligning with evolving consumer preferences, it focused on narrow metrics that overlooked the broader context. This disconnection led to misaligned inventory, resulting in wasted resources and unsold goods. The intended synergy between consumer insight and business strategy faltered, revealing the fragility of reliance on analytics without a comprehensive understanding of human behavior. Consequently, mistrust grew among consumers who felt their needs were inadequately addressed, further exacerbating the company's decline. This erosion of trust left a significant psychological imprint on the consumer landscape. Many individuals began to associate online grocery shopping with unreliability and inconvenience. Disappointment lingered in the air, as unmet expectations fostered skepticism towards digital platforms. The collective memory of unfulfilled orders and delayed deliveries became a barrier to future engagement, influencing perceptions of e-commerce as a whole. In this region, once bustling with the promise of innovation, The remnants of Webvan serve as a stark reminder of ambition unfulfilled. The emotional responses to these failures echoed throughout the market, prompting a broader reassessment of online shopping behaviors. Consumers became more cautious, often reverting to familiar traditional shopping methods that provided a sense of control and assurance. The ripple effects extended beyond just consumer sentiment. Retailers observed a shift in preferences, leading to increased investments in customer service and reliability. This pivot stemmed from a desire to regain confidence and rebuild relationships with consumers who had been burned by previous experiences. In many cases, this meant enhancing logistical operations, ensuring timely deliveries, and reinforcing transparency in communications. The lingering shadows of these failures laid the groundwork for a more thoughtful approach to e-commerce. Lessons learned from this decline shaped future strategies, emphasizing the importance of understanding consumer psychology in an increasingly digital marketplace. Webvan occupies a notable position in business history, serving as a case study in the complexities of market entry and the challenges of innovation. This venture, once celebrated for its ambitious vision. The rapid scaling of operations, driven by the desire to dominate the nascent online grocery sector, led to significant financial strain. Logistics and distribution systems, essential for success, were hastily constructed, resulting in inefficiencies that undermined its credibility. Consumer trust, crucial in the grocery market, waned as promises of delivery were frequently unmet. In the aftermath, this fading company provided valuable insights into the necessity of aligning technological advancements with realistic operational capabilities. Many businesses that followed would draw from these lessons, adopting more measured approaches to growth and prioritizing customer experience over sheer ambition. Webvan's legacy lies in its duality, both a beacon of potential and a reminder of the inherent risks in disruptive innovation. In an era where digital solutions continue to evolve, the story of this early online grocery store remains relevant, illuminating the delicate balance between aspiration and practicality in the ever-changing landscape of commerce.